Hi, my name is Liz Walker. I'm the co-founder of EcoVillage in Ithaca, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what we do with our waste stream here. So we, just like anybody else, we generate plenty of waste. It can be divided into a number of waste streams like compost and recycling, and then the few items that we can't recycle, we can put in the trash. And if you come with me, we'll go on a little tour. Here we have two fairly large recycling dumpsters, and these are both picked up every week. And then we have an 8-yard trash, and this is also picked up once a week. This collects the waste from 100 families, so it's about 230 of us who live here, and my understanding is that we generate about a quarter of the amount of trash as mainstream Americans. We try to cut back on our waste. I personally think we could do a whole lot better than we do, but we're trying. So let me just show you the kinds of things that we can recycle. Let's go here. So we have single stream recycling in this county. We actually have a very progressive recycling program here. And we, at this point, are putting together our plastics, number 1, 2, and 5. We also do cardboard and paper, and you can just get a little look of the kinds of things that go into this recycling dumpster. So cans and milk containers, all sorts of things. And so there are 2 of these, and then we also have some other great things that we can recycle here, and these go above and beyond some of the Tompkins County recycling possibilities through the county. So here in this bin, we have plastic film recycling. There's not a lot in it. It must have just been emptied. But right now, this is plastic film that goes to Wegmans once a week. And I believe that they actually create new bags out of it. So there are certain plastic bags you can put in and others that you can't put in. And sometimes it's a little bit confusing, but it does feel good to be able to put our plastic wrap in here. And then this is one that I really like. This is a collection of all those bottles and cans that are returnable, and therefore they have 5 cents per can or bottle. And we've made an arrangement with a local food group, which is called Friendship Donations Network. They have a couple that comes here every few weeks and picks up all of our returnables, and then they can return those and get the money and use it for low-income people who need better food. So I'm very excited about having that collection. We also get a lot of packages here, particularly as more people are working at home during COVID. And so they're all those packages that come in, and some of them have bubble wrap and things like that. And so people can put that in here. And again, I guess there's nothing in there today, but this is taken to a local packaging center that can reuse it. So that also makes me feel good because otherwise this would just get dumped in the trash. We even have places that you can put your old LED and CFL bulbs and also even batteries, lithium and coin batteries and power tool batteries in that bin, and then alkaline batteries in this bin. And so our recycling team here, it's one of our work teams, uh, make sure that these get sent back to the appropriate places so that they can be properly disposed of and recycled. We also have, I hesitate to show this to you because it looks a little trashy, but we do have a place that, oh, this was just picked up too. I think we did this on the wrong day. So this is where the scrap metal resides, and they're little things that people put in here, but also large things like metal furniture, pots and pans, hubcaps and wheel rims, window door frames, old paint cans, things like that that have a decent amount of metal in them, and they can be melted down and reused. So again, we're just trying to, whenever we can, capture the resources that are in a manufactured good and send them back to be used again and again and again. Now we're going to go to the compost, and in my view, this is a very important piece of what we do here. So we typically, most of our 100 households here, try to compost our food scraps, like 99% of our food scraps. For people who eat meat, there is actually a place that you can put your meat scraps and bones, and that's kept in the freezer in our common houses, and people can add to that, and then that's taken down to the county every time it gets full. But most of the food waste that is generated is actually compostable. So garden scraps, kitchen scraps. Each of our 3 neighborhoods has its own composting system. So this is our composting system in the first neighborhood. And as you can tell, it's A for active. And there's a note here to break up big pieces and cover them with leaves. So what I do is I bring my bucket of compost once or twice a week. I dump it in here, and then we have these trash cans, and these are full of, in this case, even pine needles and leaves, and we get delivery of leaves from the city, ones that have been picked up by the curbside sometimes. And so we use those to help break down the compost, because you need a certain amount of what they call browns that have a lot of carbon in them to go with the greens of the compost. And when the compost is working, this is very cool. It can actually get up to, it can get up in this red zone, and I can't quite read that, but I think it's up to 160 degrees there. So that means that the compost is really cooking. And once it's cooked, it becomes this rich humus, which is a wonderful thing to put on your garden, and it can really help to, just make the soil regenerate and grow great vegetables. So that's the story of our trash and our recycling of all sorts and our compost. But I also would like to show you how we reuse goods. This is our wonderful reuse room. And here at the EcoVillage, we try very hard to make sure that clothing and sporting goods and household goods have another life after someone is done with them. And this is one of my favorite places because I love giving away clothes that I find I no longer wear for some reason or another. And then I also often find things here that fit me perfectly, like actually this sweater is from the reuse room. And I wear it all the time. It's very cozy, it's my color, it's the right size, and it's perfect. So it's like giving gifts and then also taking gifts. And I will show you. We have usually a lot of women's clothes, so they're just hung up on hangers here. And this one, I think, is for a mom with a baby. I think that's what it's for. I always find it fascinating. And I'm seeing some things here that I put in. This was one of mine. I hope somebody else really enjoys it. There also are children's clothes, so there's some cute little sweatshirts and things here. And it's so great when you're a parent of young kids to be able to share because the kids grow so fast, and rather than tossing those clothes, they can have another life. We also have pants up here. There are a variety of household goods, including some mugs. This is sort of an interesting mug here. And usually there's some school supplies down here and maybe some toys, like maybe you need one of these. So it's a great way to take things that you no longer use yourself. In fact, this is something that I recently put in the reuse room. I hope somebody finds a great use for it as either for hanging a mirror or a photograph. And you know that somebody's going to enjoy it. And for the items that are not used, they get taken down to the Salvation Army. So somebody is going to use them one way or another. And it all is part of how we learn how to minimize our waste stream here at the EcoVillage, and also at the same time create a strong sense of community. Thank you.